When I turn 16, I'll go back to Dakar to play football, and you won't stop me. He didn't even have an ID card yet. You can't become a football player if you're born in Bambali. It's impossible. How will you play with those shoes and shorts? Sadio, we've lost your father. One day, you won't have to work in the fields. Very fast, very strong, very balanced, very explosive. If there had been a hospital in Bambali, his father wouldn't have died. He returned to Bambali and built a hospital. Every child in Bambali dreams of becoming Sadio Mané. Sadio Mané was born on April 10, 1992, in the village of Bambali, Senegal. His father was the Imam of Bambali, a village of 25,000 people. To describe the poverty in his village, Sadio once said, there were very few ways to make money in Bambali. There was nothing but a school and a mosque in the village. So if you weren't a religious scholar or a teacher, you were a farmer. You had to work in the fields all day long. From the moment Sadio started walking, he joined the kids playing football in the streets. His family disapproved, reminding him of the importance of school. When he was 7 years old, while playing football, his cousin told him that his father had passed away. Sadio recalls, I thought they were joking. I wasn't old enough to grasp the truth. He struggled to cope with his father's death, and his uncle took care of him. His uncle said, Sadio was obsessed with football. He would spend all day playing with stones, tin cans, and grapefruits as if they were footballs. He told his uncle, I'll become a footballer and make a lot of money, so you'll never have to work in the fields again. People around him laughed at him. After all, you can't become a footballer if you're born in Bambali. But Sadio was sure of his dream, though he didn't know how to achieve it. The children in the village decided to organize a tournament, and everyone agreed that Sadio was the best footballer in the village. As Sadio grew older, he wanted to leave Bambali and go to Dakar. He shared this idea with his close friend, Luke, who told him how to get there. Without an ID card, he set off. At the city entrance, he used his student certificate instead of an ID and luckily was allowed to pass. He hadn't informed his family. After 8 hours, he arrived in Dakar. He went to a football club's tryouts. An older coach looked at him and said, How will you participate in the tryouts? How will you play with those shoes and shorts? Sadio had gone there with his best clothes and shoes. He ignored the coach's words, stepped onto the field, and gave his best effort. After the tryouts, the coach came back to him and said, You're on the team. He then returned to his family and convinced them. He promised to go to school for 1 more year, and then he would return to Dakar. He kept his word and returned, joining the trials at a club called Generation Foot Academy. His talents caught the attention of scouts there. One of them, Olivier Perrin, who coached the second team of Metz in France's second division, would change Sadio Mané's life. Perrin says he felt like he was watching a video game when he first saw him play. Sadio dribbled through the entire field and made an assist, impressing the coach. Perrin offered him his first professional contract and a ticket to France. Once again, Sadio was embarking on a journey without informing his family. He couldn't call them because he didn't have enough credit on his phone. In his first game for Metz, Sadio played for 20 minutes but performed terribly. Coach Perrin said, those 20 minutes were completely different from the Sadio we saw in Senegal. When asked if something was wrong, Sadio remained silent. Later, he explained, I had a terrible pain in my stomach. I couldn't tell anyone. My only fear was being sent back. But he wasn't sent back. He underwent surgery and went through 8 months of rehabilitation. When it was all over, Metz had gained a legend. Every second he was on the field, he inspired confidence in his teammates. Soon, he started catching the attention of Metz's first team. At the same time, he was playing for the Senegal national team. In 2012, Red Bull Salzburg noticed Sadio Mané and signed him. He transferred to Salzburg for €4 million, where he continued to improve. He was a perfect attacking weapon, scoring 45 goals and providing 32 assists in 87 games over the full seasons. He won the Austrian Championship and the Austrian Cup with Salzburg. Shortly after, he transferred to Southampton for €23 million and then to Liverpool for €41 million. In his first season at Liverpool, Sadio played 27 matches, scoring 13 goals and providing 6 assists. He became one of Liverpool's most valuable players and one of Senegal's most famous footballers. He missed a penalty in the final against Cameroon, causing Senegal to lose. Sadio and his teammates collapsed in tears. The people of Senegal criticized him, and his family received threats. But he had to move on. His journey at Liverpool continued. In a match against Manchester City, Sadio fouled the goalkeeper in the 37th minute. The goalkeeper was hospitalized, and Sadio received a red card. He was suspended for 2 matches, and people started to lose faith in him. Both Sadio and Liverpool were going through a tough period. With only 1 win in 6 games, Liverpool's chances of winning the championship dwindled. After his suspension, Sadio got injured and missed 3 more matches. He had lost his place in the starting lineup. He had to fight his way back. Sadio re-entered the first team and started the new season with a bang. They finished 4th in the league. They went on to the Champions League, beating Bayern Munich in the round of 16 and Porto in the quarterfinals. Despite putting up an incredible performance against Barcelona, Liverpool lost. Playing against Messi wasn't fair. In the second leg, with key players missing, Liverpool scored for goals and advanced to the final. They went on to win the Champions League. Sadio also reached the Africa Cup of Nations final with Senegal and faced Algeria. This time, Sadio scored his penalty, winning both the tournament and the African Footballer of the Year award. After the tournament, Sadio returned to Bambali. He built a hospital and established a football academy. He shared everything with his village. Once, while using a phone with a broken screen, he said, "I prefer to help my village rather than spend money on luxury cars and phones." This is Sadio Mané, a powerful attacking machine, a humble footballer, and a role model for everyone. When I turn 16, I'll go back to the car to play football, and you won't stop me. He didn't even have an ID card. You can't become a football player if you're born in Bambali. It's impossible. How will you play with those shoes and shorts? Sadio, we've lost your father. One day, you won't have to work in the fields. Very fast, very strong, very balanced, very explosive. If there had been a hospital in Bambali, his father wouldn't have died.